All right, we're now joined by John Kaufman and our student athletes, Jared Goffrey and Rob Petty. After tonight's semifinal loss, we'll take questions for both coach and student athletes. You can please raise your hand. Dan will bring you a microphone, and please give us your name and affiliation for transcription purposes. Coach, let's start with an opening statement from you.
Well, I'll start out by saying, I couldn't have been prouder of my group this year. We won the league after facing, significant challenges, scheduling, all that sort of stuff, and what they were able to do with winning 10 games in a row to finish out the year. And we were playing, better than anybody in our league coming down the stretch. And tonight, I'll take my hat off to Darren and his group. Northern Kentucky did a phenomenal job getting us out of flow. And we struggled to score the ball, which is something that in my 8 years has not been an issue many times. And that really gives credit to what they did. Because to do what they did defensively against us is really, really hard to do. And this is a group that has responded over and over and over this year, is as resilient a lead as I've ever been a part of. And, they held us at bay as we tried to make pushes in the second half. But we had a phenomenal year, phenomenal group of young men, quality young men who really, really played a good year of basketball.
With that, questions for Coach of the student athletes? Go to the back.
This is Zach Groth with ABC 21 in Fort Wayne. Seeing the jump that you were able to make, Coach, from year 1 to year 2 in the Horizon League, how much optimism does that give you about what the jump from year 2 to year 3 could be?
Well, I mean, what I talk about, if I want to look backwards, the way I look at last year is people that had success, I'll applaud them. People that didn't, I'm not judging that at all with what we went through. And understanding how, so much disparity according to how people handle things and so forth. I know that we handled our stuff to perfection last year with a group, and I knew we were going to have a great team. Only team in the country shot 50% from the floor, 40 from three, and we come back and add a few pieces and, to a huge jump again. I mean, do I expect us to be in the top 4 every year? Absolutely. That's where we sat in the Summit League, and I absolutely believe that. And we start out picked number 9 to come out in this year, and that's just we haven't been around long enough. The league doesn't respect us yet because we haven't been around long enough, and we never were in those positions in the Summit League because we earned the respect. So it's our job to earn the respect, and these guys have done that. And we got a phenomenal group coming back next year. But man, my 2 super seniors, Jalen Pipkins and Cam Benford, how special they've been to our program and giving us that push out of COVID. We really need it. It was special people to get that push, and I got special people in my locker room.
Next question for student athletes or for Coach?
Justin Prince, Fox 55 out of Fort Wayne. Jared, just what they do to kind of stymie you guys there, especially in the first half. You went over 12 from 3, just made 3 all night. You guys were shooting the lights out of the gym from deep the last month and a half.
Like Coach said, you got to give credit to Northern Kentucky and that matchup zone or whatever, whatever they call it, whatever defense that is. We got a couple good looks that we normally hit, but we were out of flow for real in that first half, and like I said, like Coach said, you got to give them their credit. They did a good job of being in gaps and running shooters off the line, this, that, and the third. Yeah.
Next question for Coach or student athletes? Justin again.
Coach, from your vantage point, did it, after they missed a handful, did it look like they maybe just started pressing a little too hard, or kind of what were you seeing from your vantage point there on the sideline?
We weren't in attack mode like we typically are. I thought the ball stuck too much. It froze. We weren't moving really well, and that's us. That's on me. And I didn't, as I look back, I wish I would have maybe prepped a little differently on some of that stuff. But I worked hard at trying to give them a good game plan. maybe we could do some different things with that. But, where we've been really good is just teaching guys how to play the game, how to play pace and space. And I thought ball stock, I thought we didn't cut well enough and move them around. And so, they sat in our gaps. I did think we had some good gaps. And usually what we talk about, and I talked about at halftime, is numbers play out. In our program, in my 8 years, you go 0 for 12, we're probably going to go like 12 for 16 in the second half. We really, really shoot it. And we have really, really good offensive process. And that's why I say, hey, I give a lot of credit to Northern Kentucky, man. They stayed the course and they played 40 minutes of keeping us out of flow. Did the guys press? It's human nature to press some. As they were going. We've been playing so well. But, what we kept talking about in timeouts is, we've been in some challenging spots. We're down 14, against Cleveland State, with 14 minutes left in the second half. We start out down 11 from the tip against UIC at our place at homecoming, and we're up at halftime. A ton of different situations. We've been down, and we talked about responding. But, the ball didn't drop tonight. We didn't do a great job getting out of that flow. Getting us back into the flow. But man, this group, they keep fighting. They were fighting to the end on the defensive end. And what I'm most proud about this group is, we've always, in my tenure, been an elite offensive team. We've been sort of middle of the pack on the defensive end, maybe because of the number of possessions we create. But, for this group to become the best defensive team in the league, numbers-wise, and to do it after a slow start on the defensive end is absolutely phenomenal.
Next, go ahead.
Dylan Sin from the Journal-Gazette in Fort Wayne. Coach, I guess to kind of go off that, you talked about being proud of your team. What was your message to them after the game in the locker room?
Much what I'm telling you guys is, I gave credit to Northern Kentucky. Talked about how, I put time in prepping, coming up with the game plan, but in retrospect, I should have done a better job because I didn't like that maybe I stagnated some of our attack. And, just talked about what a special impact Jalen Pipkins and Cam Benford have had on our program. And, talked about I sure hope that this group gets an opportunity, whether it's NIT or CBI or CIT to keep playing basketball because, we wanted to put a banner up and play in the NCAA tournament, but these guys want to play, man. This group loves playing the game, and they come every day hunting better, and I hope we get a chance to play some more with Jalen and Cam in our circle.
Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, for both players, starting with Ra, how much pride can you take in just the second half of what you did in this Horizon League schedule, being the co-champs and finishing the year so strong?
Man, we started this year conference play 1-3 for whatever reason, but we had our ups and downs, but feel like towards the end of the season we're trending on the right path, trending upwards. Unfortunately, tonight, again, hats off to Northern Kentucky. They were able to do something not a lot of teams were able to do this year, get us out of our flow. But I'm leaving this year, I'm proud of the defensive effort we were able to put together with this group. Top defense in the Horizon League, and we tried to leave it on the floor. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, just the pride that you take in what you were able to accomplish, especially in that second half of the Horizon League schedule.
I'm definitely proud, very proud of this group, my teammates, coaches, everything else. When we came together this summer, we knew it would be a special year. We didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. We had our set goals and, this, that, and the third, but we could just tell from the vibes that we was going to have a good group. And, whenever we got it together, we knew we was going to be, a dangerous team. And, we was going to be on that stride upward. And, when it finally came together, that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, we didn't get the results that we wanted tonight, and on the end of the season. But I mean, I'm so proud of my teammates and how we responded. It's one thing to say how good of a season you want to have at the beginning of the year every year, but it's another thing to go out and do it in the fashion that we did it. Especially starting off 1-3. It easily could have we easily could have all just tucked our tail and it could have went the complete other way. We could have just went downhill from there. But this group was resilient. We are resilient, and we kept fighting. So I got to be proud of that.
Anything else for coach or student athletes? Justin.
And Jared, you guys obviously have a lot coming back next year too. With Cam and Jalen are the only two that could possibly leave. Just looking at this roster for next year, how do you guys feel about the group that you guys are going to have coming back, and just how much hunger can a game like this give you guys, knowing that you probably feel like you deserved and wanted more?
I don't know what next year's gonna look like. The guys we do have, I know we're gonna be hungry. We're gonna be hungry. We're gonna be especially coming off a game like this, like. We know we didn't, put our best basketball out there, just to say the least. So I'm not really thinking too much farther in the next year. This one hurts obviously. So we gonna learn from this, and just continue to move on.
Anything else for the group? Guys, I know it's not the ending you hope for your season. Here's to hoping there are brighter days ahead and get a chance to play next week and beyond. Congratulations on a great run this year, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.